Plato were alive today, he would have many thoughts about our modern society. He would see both good and bad things, and his wisdom would help us understand the world better. Plato lived in ancient Greece more than 2,000 years ago, but his ideas are still powerful. He believed in truth, justice, and the importance of thinking deeply. Today's world is very different from his time, but many of our problems are the same. Plato would first look at our politics. In his famous book, I, the Republic, he described the ideal society. He believed the best rulers were not those who sought power for themselves, but the wise, the philosophers. Today, he would see leaders who care more about winning elections than about truth or wisdom. Many politicians focus on short-term gains instead of long-term solutions. Plato would say this is dangerous. Without wise leaders, society becomes weak. He would warn us that democracy without wisdom leads to chaos. People vote based on emotions, not reason. Leaders tell people what they want to hear, not what they need to hear. Plato would urge us to think carefully before choosing our rulers. Next, Plato would look at technology. In his time, communication was slow. Today we have smartphones and the internet. Information spreads instantly. But Plato would ask, is this making us wiser? He might say no. He believed true knowledge comes from deep thinking, not from quick answers. Today, people read headlines, but not full stories. They form opinions based on short videos, not long discussions. Plato would fear that fast information makes us lazy thinkers. He would tell us to slow down, to question what we see online. Not everything on the internet is true. Wisdom requires patience. Another thing Plato would notice is our love of material things. In his time, people also chased wealth and pleasure. But he warned that these things do not bring lasting happiness. Today, we live in a world of shopping, advertisements, and social media. We see others with expensive cars, big houses, and perfect lives. We want these things too. But Plato would say this is an illusion. True happiness comes from within, from virtue and self-control. He would tell us to focus less on money and more on becoming better people. Plato would also be concerned about education. In ancient Athens, education was about shaping the mind and character. Today, schools often focus on memorizing facts for tests. Students learn how to pass exams, not how to think. Plato would say this is wrong. Education should teach us to ask big questions. What is justice? What is a good life? Without these questions, learning is empty. He would want schools to teach philosophy, to encourage debate and deep thought. One of Plato's biggest worries would be fake truths. In his famous Allegory of the cave, he described prisoners who only saw shadows on a wall. They believed these shadows were real. One prisoner escaped and saw the truth outside. But when he returned to tell the others, they did not believe him. Today, we live in a world of shadows. Social media, fake news, and deepfakes create false realities. People believe what fits their views, not what is true. Plato would say this is like the cave. We must question what we see. We must seek the light of truth, even if it is uncomfortable. Plato would also look at modern relationships. In his time, friendships were based on shared values. Today, many friendships are shallow. People have thousands of online friends, but few real connections. Plato believed true friendship was about growing together in wisdom. He would tell us to value deep conversations over small talk. He would say love should be about the soul, not just appearances. Finally, Plato would talk about justice. In his time, justice meant balance, each person doing their part for society. Today, justice is often about punishment or revenge. Plato would say, true, justice is about harmony. If people are greedy or dishonest, society suffers. He would want us to think about fairness in a deeper way. If Plato visited today's world, he would not be shocked by our problems. He would recognize them. Human nature has not changed. But he would challenge us to think differently, to seek wisdom over quick answers, to value truth over comfort, to build a society based on virtue, not illusion. His message would be simple: wake up, step out of the cave, see the world as it truly is. Only then can we become better. Only then can we find true strength.